A new effort aiming to reduce violent crime in Pensacola turned out to be popular. The gun buyback event today ran out of money within 30 minutes. Still, that effort stirred up some controversy.
It's something Pensacola residents say they're seeing far too often. Gun violence.
Because I want to see change in the city of Pensacola.
An effort to make that change happen Saturday at the city's gun buyback event. People exchanging their guns for cash, something Stephen Donaldson supports.
I want to see a safe zone out here. I don't want to see nobody getting killed unnecessarily, getting robbed unnecessarily. And a lot of that starts with the weapons that we got out here in the streets.
And he's not alone. In fact, the city ran out of its budgeted $10,000 in just half an hour.
Some rifles, a few shotguns, but mostly the semi-automatic handguns. Some of them had guns that was from, their husband who passed away. The guns that were sitting in the closet for a long period of time.
City Councilman Delarian Wiggins says 66 guns were turned over.
That's 66 guns that won't go back on the street and won't be used for, any violent crime or anything like that. So I think, for me, I think it's a win.
But not everyone agrees.
This is a really stupid gun buyback program.
Mike Bates showed up in protest and in hopes of making a point.
The 3 guns that I sold probably had a retail value of $175, and they gave me $450 for it. What a waste.
He not only thinks this effort is costing taxpayers, but believes it won't reduce violent crimes.
It's just for show. Make them look like they're accomplishing something, even though they're not. And I'll tell you, most of the people that I talked to in line who were selling these junk guns told me that they were going to go buy a good gun with the money.
While early research on gun buybacks from the 90s largely finds them ineffective, recent studies show they can serve as opportunities to educate communities about gun violence and gun safety. And that may be enough for supporters.
And if you can't be responsible, then turn it in. Get your little money, turn it in. Because, we don't need to turn Pensacola into a war zone. We're trying to turn it into a peace zone.
Now, Pensacola police helped with today's initiative. Each gun will have a ballistic test done and to check to ensure they are not stolen. Then they'll be destroyed.
First morning.
Have you say and spell your first and last name?
Yes, Mike Bates, M-I-K-E-B-A-T-E-S.
So first, I see your sign. Kind of just tell me a little bit about, what brought you out here this morning.
Well, I came out here because this is a really stupid gun buyback program. It's a waste of the taxpayers' money. The city's wasting $10,000 of the mayor's slush fund buying basically junk guns. And I wanted to give people the opportunity to sell their gun for what they were actually worth. But as it turns out, every gun they bought was worth far less than the value of the firearm.
So did you actually have anybody sell their gun to you today instead?
Nobody sold their gun to me because Nobody sold the gun to me because the buyback program gave them far more than the gun was worth. I did sell 3 of my own guns, however. I got $450 for them. I'll tell you, 2 of them were revolvers, which I paid less than $25 for. One of them was a brand new, still in the box, never fired semi-automatic rifle that's worth $150. I got $200 for that, and I'm donating all $450 to the NRA, which will actually do some good in promoting gun safety, unlike this program.
So how much do you think that your guns were really? So you think you got more than what they were worth?
The 3 guns that I sold probably had a retail value of $175, and they gave me $450 for it. What a waste.
Do you, part of it, is they hoping that they can get more guns off the street, maybe decrease crime. Do you think that that's a reasonable effort there?
This is not the first so-called gun buyback program in the country. Every single one that has ever been done since the 90s has been a colossal failure. There is no evidence whatsoever that it has had any impact on crime at all. It's a waste.
Why do you think the city decided to do it?
It's all for show. That's all it is. It's just for show. Make them look like they're accomplishing something even though they're not. And I'll tell you, most of the people that I talked to in line who were selling these junk guns told me that they were going to go buy a good gun with the money. So, one for one, gun for gun.
So you really...
And they didn't look like gangbangers either.
Yeah.
Every one of these guys looked like a hunter.
Yeah, so you really don't think it was, people that might have been involved with crimes that were dropping off guns today?
I am certain not a single criminal sold his gun to the city today.
All right. Al, is there anything you want to ask?
No, I think you got it.
Anything you want to add that I didn't ask you?
I think we're good. And obviously, you know, you do what you want in your editing, but I think the big part is that the $450 I got is going to the NRA, which actually does do a lot of good. The NRA trains more people in the safe use of firearms than anyone else in America, including the United States military, when you factor in that the military instructors are NRA certified. So, you know, that's where the $450 I got is going, is the NRA.
Are you a big like target shooter or
I believe in the Second Amendment.
Okay.
That's what it is. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in the Constitution.
Do you hunt at all? Or?
I've never been hunting in my life. No.
All right, Al, we want to get his sign. We got any shots of that?
Yeah,
Or we need him to hold it? Okay. You got it? Okay.
All right.
I'll grab that mic from you.